What's up, two-timers? Back again for another video. Unfortunately, it's not a tech video this time, so don't kill me if that's all you follow me for. Today, I just wanted to talk about something that we all are kind of familiar with. Do you remember being a child and your teacher asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always found that hilarious in a kind of a terrible way, because asking a child what they want to be when they grow up, that's like what? What? As a child, you know so little about the world and where you're going to be going when you get into the world. Some of you might end up in prison. I just always found that so just weird. And the reason it's so weird is, you're a kid, you have no idea what's happening. And these teachers are trying to ask you what you're going to be when you grow up. You have no clue. You know what I said I wanted to be when I grew up? I said I wanted to be a marine biologist. When I grew up, I found out I'm scared of the ocean. So, it's not like I'm actually scared of the ocean, but, I'm not too fond of it. It's the ocean. It's deep. You don't know what's down there. I think the problem is I've seen too many scary movies, and most of the scary movies have things that come from the bottom of the ocean that you can't see coming at you until your whole leg is already bit off. And that doesn't seem fun. But the point of what I'm talking about is you just never know what life is going to throw at you. You can meticulously plan your whole future down to the T. One little curveball from life, and your whole life could be doing something else that you've never seen in your future. For example, 5 years ago, I had a job. It was hard manual labor. I used to work for the mayor of Sacramento, California, where I'm originally from. The job sucked. It sucked really bad. I used to make like $180 to $200 a week. It was terrible. We would get inside of a creek and shovel crap out of the creek so it wouldn't create blockages for the city and flood. Now the problem is there's 28 miles of creek through that city. And guess who had to clean it all up? Me and the crew. 28 miles. Have you ever walked 28 miles? Do you know how unbelievably far that is? Now imagine trying to walk 28 miles in waist deep water with a pitchfork or a chainsaw like I used to carry, because you never knew when you might run into some trees. And you do this constantly every day, starting at 7 a.m. when it's freezing cold outside. So you're up bright and early. It's freezing. It's cold as hell. Just, and you jump in the water. And then the water is even colder than it is outside. And then, for some reason, this always seems to happen, the water gets inside of your boots and you have to have wet trousers, pants, shoes, socks for the rest of the day. That was the most eye-opening job I've ever had, because there's a lot of crappy jobs in this life, and there's a lot of ways that you can end up doing one of these crappy jobs with no way out. And luckily for me, I got to experience that early on, because that opened my eyes to what this world could possibly be, and I did not like it. So basically, we would go through the creek. You would find all types of spiders, bugs, dead animals. We got attacked by bees multiple times. There's some kind of bee that makes makes its nest inside of the walls of a creek, and I'm walking through with a chainsaw and it's loud and the bees start hearing it, and by the time I realize that we just walked past the bee nest, I'm covered in bees and I'm running through the creek. You see how big I am? I'm running through the creek trying to survive while carrying the chainsaw. Sometimes I drop it. We got to get a new one. You understand what I'm trying to tell you. It sucked. Point of the story. You never know what you're going to be in life. And to ask a child what they want to be in life is just the craziest thing to me, because you just don't know. And I mean, I know you can say, oh, but this is what they think they want to be. Well, the game should be more like, hey, little Jimmy Bob, guess what you're going to be when you grow up? You could be anything. Let's not try to narrow you down to one job category that you're going to think for the rest of your life that you might actually have to pursue because you came up with this idea when you were a child and didn't know what the world had to offer. So, 5 years ago, I was doing that. In California, if you would have asked me 5 years ago where I think I would be today, there is not one piece of my life that is current right now that I could have guessed that 5 years ago. I'm literally 2,000 miles away from where I lived 5 years ago. Have a wife, living a good life. I think I make 5 to 10 times as much as I used to make at that job a month doing what I do now. And I don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. and get soaked in whatever's in that creek water, because you obviously know that creek water is just the runoff from farms and all types of stuff, just the most nasty, disgusting thing you can ever think of. But I don't have to wake up to that anymore. And 5 years ago, if you asked me what I think I would be today, the only answer you would have got was not at this job. I'm talking about the current job I was working at that time. The only thing I knew was that I was not going to be working there for much longer. I knew I was quitting, but here we are. Whole different state, whole different mind frame, whole different check, different life, new wife. There was no old wife, but new wife. It's so mind-boggling that in this life can just change so dramatically. You just don't see it coming. Food for thought. Oh, one other thing. The one good thing about that job is the people that I worked with had to have been the best people I could have ever worked with. Of all the jobs I've ever had, that crew of people that worked with me in that creek every morning were the best people I've ever worked with. And they made the job tolerable. And not to mention, the supervisor, he was on the next level because he literally didn't have to get into the creek at all. He could stay in his truck and walk on nice dry land while he watches us go through the creek and lift all this crap out. But this guy, he was around my age at the time. This guy used to jump in the creek with us every morning, and he used to tell us he would never make us do something that he wouldn't do himself. And it's things like that that turn the crappiest job that you've ever heard of in your life into something much more manageable. So because of the supervisor and those people I work with, I ended up staying at that job for a long time. I mean, the pay was crappy, but they made my day every day. Cherish people that make your day every day. If you know somebody that makes you happy, keep them around, because you never know when life is gonna be just like the creek. And you're gonna need somebody that makes you happy to, pull you back out of that mud, water, whatever. I'm trying to sound like, inspirational, but I'm not really good at this. What I'm basically saying is, you never know when life is gonna suck, so make sure you surround yourself by people that are gonna make life suck less, because life will suck at some time, It's just a matter of when it's gonna happen to you. And don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't be something that you wanna be, because you never know what life is gonna throw at you. Oh, by the way, I'm going to California in a few days. Nobody knows I'm coming. So by the time that you see this video, I'll have already have been there, and I'm gonna vlog the whole thing. Hi, Mom. I'm kind of surprising her. So yeah, I'm gonna vlog the whole thing. She's gonna kill me for, surprising her on camera, because she hates being on camera. But I'm gonna try to get everybody that doesn't know that I'm coming on camera when I first pop up on them. So it should be an interesting week after this week, because the video shouldn't be posted till the Wednesday after the Wednesday that you're seeing this. Or hell, I might even post it earlier. So I'm not gonna lock myself down to, one day. There's a lot of stuff to see in Cali, and I'm gonna be vlogging the whole experience. So I'm going back to my roots and doing some vlogs, and they won't be tech related. So hopefully that doesn't bother you guys. Hopefully. Hey, I do a lot of tech videos, but this is not a tech channel, I guess. It's more of a just about anything channel, because you never know what you might see on here. So thank you guys for watching. I love all you. I hope that you got some kind of message out of my life experience that I was talking about today. And I hope that it will apply to you in some kind of way that can help your current state of affairs. Find good people, keep good people. Don't burn bridges. Don't ever doubt what you can do, because life is ever changing and you're amazing. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'll be in California for the next video. Thank you for being subs. Love you guys. Peace.